At a certain point, about 8 minutes in the first quarter, I was able to kind of toe the line a couple times, knock it down, and things started to flow. And I was searching for it at that point just because I had made a couple, so kind of let it come to me and then had some fun with it.
Steph, over here. Did 400 feel any different than 399 and 401 and 402 coming off your fingers?
Not really. It's just good to see it go in. Clay, actually, it was funny. He at halftime, right before halftime, I shot those two going into the break and missed them both. And everybody knew I was one away. So he wrote on a bottle. Excuse me. He wrote. We're sitting next to each other in the locker room. He wrote on a bottle. It said 400 3-pointers. ... And he handed it to me. And I was like, bro, I'm one away. He's like, yeah, I know. I could tell by the way you were shooting those last two. So it was just funny that kind of the awareness of it on the team and especially the fans. And then when I made the first one come out in the third quarter, it was just a cool knowing what that one meant. And just wanted to keep it going.
Steph, we got 73 wins. Could you talk about what's between, Chicago Bulls and the Warriors?
Different. I mean, I don't know. I think obviously the game's evolved a lot, but we have our certain identity of how we play, and obviously shooting at a high level, moving the ball. Everybody has a role, and we have fun doing it. So I don't know specifically the differences. I know that the one similarity is that we love winning, and we love to compete, and we love to push ourselves, and that's what's pushed us to this opportunity we had tonight. And hopefully we'll continue this weekend once we get the playoffs started. And we need 16 wins. It's nice to be able to focus on that goal specifically now.
Steph, there doesn't seem to be that much satisfaction with this group. It's like you always want more. What is it behind the level of greed, I guess, with you, going up to 400, going to 73, and just this team collectively? Where's the greed from?
We just know we have a good thing here, and we want to take advantage of it and keep pushing the envelope. That's what we're about. Obviously, coming off a championship year last year, we've shown that we're a better team, and everybody individually has done what they need to do to put ourselves as a group in a great position going into these playoffs. And we talk about a lot that we are blessed to have each other to be able to play with every single night. And as long as we stay focused on continue to get better, continue to do the things that have gotten to this point, then who knows how far we can take this thing. So that's the individual stuff kind of comes out of the collective focus of winning, and that's been the difference the last 3 years.
Steph, you had 400 threes. You joined the 50, 45, 90 club, averaged 30. Some say this is the greatest season ever. What do you think about when you think back on the season you had, especially, considering how your career started?
I mean, honestly, those are numbers that I've worked for and tried to elevate my game to that level. That 50, 40, 90 club is something I've talked about as a shooter. That's something that I found pretty special. Just over, I played 79 games, and be able to shoot volume and accuracy and all that kind of stuff. That's something that that's why I shoot all the reps that I do and go out and play the way that I do. So that's a pretty cool accomplishment. The other stuff is just, I want to be great. I want to be the best I can be, and I think I've a couple of years to just keep getting better and keep doing little things that you might not see in the summer and in off days that really help my confidence when I'm out there on the floor, that I can feel like I really can do anything. So that's what I'm about.
Steph, as great as the season's been, will it be any less significant if you guys aren't able to repeat as NBA champions?
I don't know how to answer that. I mean, we have an opportunity to win 16 games and accomplish that goal and do it all. I mean, it would suck to not finish the job off. I know a lot goes, having gone through the experience last year, a lot goes into each playoff series and that journey to win a championship, and it's entirely different than the regular season. So I think we're prepared for that, but I mean, it's hard to say right now how we'll feel if we don't, because we don't have that mindset. So it's all about winning and
for all this and reset for a team that you beat in the Western Conference Finals last year. You handled pretty well this year. I mean, what strikes fear from the Rockets? If any?
They're a very talented team that is, for the most part, I know they slipped up a couple of times down the stretch, but have done what they need to do to get a playoff spot and are playing some pretty good basketball. So, I mean, we've had good success against them in the regular season, obviously in the playoffs last year. So we know kind of the formula for defending them and how to execute. But you can't go in thinking just because we beat them last year, in 5 games, that it's going to be, anything similar. This year is going to probably take a life of its own and might be new challenges. So we have to be prepared for that. But the biggest thing we can do is just continue to capitalize off the momentum we've built up and just continue to be ourselves. If we play our A game and are locked in and focused mentally, I think we'll be all right.
Steph, you had a lot of time during that fourth quarter to sit down on the bench and just survey the scene. What did you see and what emotions were going through you?
It's really hard to put into words. I mean, I remember my rookie year here and just the difference that last game of the season, just a different feel it was. But just I had time and I really did, take a moment. I don't think I was watching the game for about 2 minutes, just sitting and thinking about how far we've come, and just the energy that was in the building was unbelievable. So I wanted to just appreciate that. I had kind of snapshots of moments, in Oracle Arena, notably like the playoff series against the Spurs, where I was addressing the crowd after a Game 6 loss, thanking the fans for, all their loyal support and a great journey. But we were headed home after that. So, thinking about, that moment and kind of the difference in, what tonight meant from a regular season record standpoint and for, having Draymond, address the crowd and thank him for even that's propelled us to where we are now. And there's countless things we've accomplished this regular season that hopefully one day, I know we can appreciate 73, but hopefully one day we can appreciate the entire body of work that we've accomplished, and hopefully there's a Larry O'Brien trophy next to us in a couple months.
Steph, while you were putting up 46 points here in Oracle, Kobe was down the coast finishing it out with 60. When you think about a 37-year-old putting 60 up in his final game, what can you say about that accomplishment?
I guess that falls right in line with I was walking down the tunnel from the court, and I can't remember who told me. Somebody told me, Kobe had 60 on 50 shots, and I was like, stop playing. Like, I thought they were literally lying to me. It sounded kind of too good to be true, not having watched the game. So I've seen some clips of, the reception he had on the court after the game, and that's just the perfect ending to his career. Being able to walk off the court, like you said, 37 years old, 20 years in the league, with a 60 ball. Can't draw it up any better. So, and a win, that's how you want to go out. So I'll try to take notes if I'm in that position down the road.
Great, thank you. No practice tomorrow.